48 plants, and they're doing unbelievably well. As you can see, they're all producing. I had one belly up on me, so technically 47 of the, oh look at that one on the ground, gotta pick that up. It'll ripen. Just put it on the shelf in the sun, or out of the sun, just outside in the air, and it'll ripen on its own. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? I make tomato sauce, or not sauce, more of a chunked tomato, or a diced tomato. I boil it down, just take some of the water out, leave the seeds in. With these this type of tomato, it's easiest just to process it by taking the skin off. It's easy to do. You just boil it really quickly, put it in cold water, and the skin just falls right off. And then you core it a bit with a knife, throw it into a pot, boil down some of the water, leave the seeds right in, and it's wonderful. You can make sauces, you can make all kinds of different dishes, and it's not just one sauce. Well, I'll show you some of the jalapenos. Just out of a visual perspective, that's my hand, and this plant has almost a dozen, these little guys. There's a flower here that might produce, and I have 8 of these plants. I've tried them, and they are hot. They are stinking hot. These are ready to pick, actually. Flower at the top of the pit right there just fell off, and I've got to pick these or they'll go bad. Yeah, they're ready to go. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Oh, it smells beautiful too. Jalapeno and sweet and hot peppers here. Now don't ask me which ones are the hot ones. I can't tell you. They self-pollinated or cross-pollinated because they were in the middle of a patch. And because of that, most of them are hot anyway. So the sweets are now hot. We're gonna pickle some, and we're gonna take half these jalapeno and half of these banana peppers, and we're gonna turn them into a really nice sauce. Yep, hot sauce. Okay, I wanted to show you one thing though. It's pretty funny. It's the super jalapeno. Little baby. Just a little baby. And you can tell the difference, because that's normal size right there. This one's a big one. This is the mama. There you go. Just a baby. Zucchini. We'll be giving a few of these away, I think. Bring them to work. People just lop them up. It's free produce, right? But we have an abundance of it, and we'll never eat all of this. Pickling some, not sure about. Haven't done it before, but as you can see, just a reference, that's my hand. So they're big zucchini. So as mentioned, we're at the other end of the garden here. This is the east side of the garden, and this is where the pumpkins are growing. These flowers are an extension. You can see, oh, there's a bee. There was a bee in there. It's pollinating it. And with the pollination, that means this will produce a fruit. And that fruit will eventually start looking like this guy. These two right here, brothers, not quite twins. And as you can see, give that a little roll later. And there's a few little guys in there and some big ones in the middle. But they're coming. This hole was previously brought up. I just pulled the plants. And what I did was I wanted to come in with the pitchfork, and I turned it all over, and out of 3 plants going in again, that's what produced. So a couple dozen beautiful red potatoes. And what I've got is a burlap sap, and we'll just put them in there, keep them in a cool place. Keep them in a cool place, a dry place, and we've had these go several months without expanding. And the trick here is, I've done a little bit of research, don't bother cleaning them. Just let them dry out a bit. This one's a little wet, so we'll need to take them to a drier area. Let them dry out, and you just throw them into the bag. Let them just relax like this. If you try scrubbing them out, you might open up a pore, and at that point they'll start growing, right? They'll start spudding out, and then they're ready for planting. We kept a few of these from last year, replanted them, and this is the produce of it. Now, can't put potatoes in with these kind of growing plants because it just takes over. You can see they've even crossed over the onions. It's amazing. Now these onions are being picked as we need them, and they continue to grow, so we'll get a lot of really nice Spanish and red onions, and keep them for the same process. We've got a lot of cherry tomatoes and Roma, the small Romas. Didn't work out great this year, and we'll try again next year. And we've got a 5-gallon pail of zucchini and butternut squash, and lots of carrots. They just came out. And the garden's almost at the end now. What a wonderful windfall, though.